So you want to do a podcast, yeah? So you want to do it with me. I'd want to do this with my father. Yeah, 3 generations, 4 generations if I include his father, who I never met because he died before I was born. But God, I heard so many stories from my dad, your grandfather. I was brought up the United way. It's just magic to think about raised by the devil. I was raised by the devil. I had no choice.
Yeah.
And you?
Certainly not, mate. Certainly not. And for better and for worse, we were certainly raised by the devil.
I raised you by the devil. That's for sure. I remember the day. But yeah, let's go for it.
Absolutely. And that's all this podcast is about, guys. It's about essentially being United fans, talking rubbish. For better or for worse, here we are. And we are most certainly raised by the devil.
And everyone's got a view. Everyone's got opinions. But what I like about us is that I'm knocking on the door of 60 and you're in your prime, in your mid-20s. So there's a clear difference. We are very passionate, but there's a clear difference in sometimes the way we see things. And most of the time, who's right?
Depends what way you look at it, mate. But yeah, I'll give it to you.
I'll be telling you about Bruno for how long?
Yeah. We'll get onto that most certainly. But yeah, great start into that. So to give you a little bit of context into why we're United fans, I suppose. So when did it all start?
Well, you're looking at my grandfather, Joe, who I never met. As I said, he died before I was born. But he would take my dad, your grandfather, to Old Trafford back in the day. So you were looking at 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
And I was born in 67. And as you know, United won their first European Cup, as it was then in, again, correct me, but 68, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 68.
So I was 9 months, something like that. And I was in my dad's arms. So all my life, I was brought up with my dad telling me how he cried. The bit that stands out for me is that he cried when Benfica equalised during that cup final. When Eusebio went round. Eusebio went round, tucked it away. My dad was crying and I was in his arms. I had my whole life. He's still around, Dad, your grandfather, as you know. Bless him. United have driven him to dementia. He's 83. He's now got quite severe dementia. So I tell him every now and about United, but he can't remember.
He's probably better off, to be honest. If he'd have seen how bad it's got.
Yeah, true.
I don't think he'd last watching this.
True. I told him, actually, I saw him last week and I said, Dad, the manager's gone. And he kind of grunted a little bit and went, has he? And if I said, you know who the manager is, he wouldn't have a Scooby. But he'd probably say Matt Busby or something. I don't know. But certainly, you know, he always say it's United. It's United that have driven him to this. And I'm as passionate. So I almost feel like I'm taking this on for my father and my grandfather. That's why I take it on. And when I'm at Old Trafford now, it's almost like my duty now. I've passed that duty to you, and one day I'll be stuck in a home. You'll come and see me when I don't know what I'm doing, and then your family hopefully will carry on the tradition. So that's what I remember.
And it is, and you can still be. You know, there's always that debate. You know, obviously I was born down here. You were born up north, but moved down here when you were younger.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know how much you want to go into, but funnily enough, I was born in Liverpool, and I hate to say that. It's criminal. Criminal. Because my dad married a Scouse girl. And they first moved. They've been together for 60 odd years. Still together now. But they moved to Liverpool. My dad was Manchester through and through. Moved to Liverpool with work. Met my mum. Rest is history kind of thing. 2 kids. The first child, my older brother, went Scouse. Me. And it was just destiny. I truly believe sometimes it's destiny. I was the one in my dad's arms as a second child, as the baby, that he was crying when Benfica equalised.
Eusebio.
So I think it was just DNA. It was going to happen. It was me. My brother took Liverpool. I took United through and through. And I've been there, and I've been doing it. I can remember the early 70s and the first cup final in 76. So things like that. And we got another support. We got another supporter here as well.
Mr. Han Solo. But yeah, certainly. I mean, so Grandad, that's kind of where it started for us. Obviously, his father Joe took Grandad to Old Trafford in like I said, the 50s, 60s. He got to see the Busby Babes in the flesh.
I grew up
You
with
know,
Dad
Bobby
saying
Charlton, Georgie Best, the King, Dennis Law.
Yeah.
Again, you know, he lived through the Munich air disaster, which he always talks about. I always remember Grandad actually. He said to me, "Imagine, you know, Ronaldo dying or not coming back or going on a flight and Ronaldo passing away." And that was what he was comparing to Duncan Edwards. So Duncan Edwards was his favourite player, you know, flying midfielder or halfback, whatever they called it back then.
I think he was a big lad. Again, I didn't know. You know, obviously know, just hearing what my dad said. It was always Duncan Edwards. You had all these top stars, but it's Duncan Edwards. My dad just went on for forever. He just loved the way he played football.
Did. And he actually, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks after, wasn't it? He passed away because they thought he was on the mend. And again, Grandad was absolutely devastated, which, you know, when you hear about this, it seems so long ago. You hear all these stories, but to imagine Grandad going through this, being, you know, the supporter, the diehard he was, you go through that suffering in, it must have been 58, the Munich disaster, because then 10 years later we come to the European Cup final, where you've got the Busby Babes, Best, Charlton, all of these lot, and we go to win against.
But just going back to the aircraft, and again, all clubs have got, you know, tragedies and such. This is United's back in the day, and it must never be forgotten. But I remember my dad again saying his father. He was sort of Victorian, brought up Victorian times, so it's very stern, very strict, didn't show many emotions. My dad loved his dad. I remember him telling me many stories about the love that he had for him. So they had a really close relationship, much I do with my dad. But he said he only ever saw him cry twice in his life. Twice. One was when the King died. All right, King George. And the second one was when the plane crashed.
Yes, yeah.
It's the only time we saw him cry. So you can imagine having that top team. Like I said, the team of Ronaldo, Rooney, and that plane going down and after the squad wiped out.
Exactly.
So put it into comparison.
Yes, and that's exactly what he would say, because you can never quite grasp it until it's put into your own perspective. And it is truly remarkable. So yeah, in terms of that, so if we're going through it, we then have the 68, we win the European Cup for the first time. You're in Grandad, my Grandad, your dad's arms, which now, whether this is a coincidence or not, but you talk about fate, move on 30 odd years to 1999.
Yes.
And the cup final would have been May, June, whatever, in Barcelona against Bayern Munich. Now again, I always wish, if there's one thing in life, I wish I could have been old enough to remember it. I know I was there, but it is the greatest moment probably in our history.
But talk us through it. You say you was there. I want to take you back to the semis. I mean, you were selfish enough to be born on the 20th of April 1999. We were going on a run, and we done everything right.
Had we been Arsenal by this point in the
we'd done all that. Done all that, because you remember I used to tell you about I was painting the radiator. And we didn't have portable TV, stuff like that. So I had it on the radio. I had to get the radio done because you were about to be born. I hadn't finished your nursery yet. I remember painting. I was listening on the radio, which is the best. I think it's the next best thing if you can't. I know today you've all got your phones. But if you can't watch the telly, then the radio is the only way you can do it. But it's obviously never the same. It's horrible. So you're hearing
you don't know if
but you're hearing the penalty. You're hearing the penalty. Anyway, that's a different story. But I'm hearing the penalty, and I'm thinking, this is it. We're going to lose. Then I hear this screaming. They miss the penalty, goes up the other end, and I just remember obviously Giggsy scoring, and I was just going mental, in or out, going really, really cheerful, and celebrating. So that was that. So I just want to take you back to before we go to the final, to the semis. So you were born on the 20th of April. On the 21st of April, 24 hours later, the next day, with United are playing Juventus. And it's the semi-final, and it's like hospitals, band TVs, all this kind of business. How am I going to do this? You know me, I'll try anything for footy. So I kind of smuggled in a very small portable telly, and while I was sort of admiring you, it was a little portable battery thing. I was able to get the TV going on the quiet and watch the game. And of course, that's when Keno.
Yeah.
And
proper captain, because he knew he was suspended for the final. I think, didn't he?
He got a booking late on, and then he sort of knew he wouldn't be in the final. But yeah, he got the goal, so we're through to the final. And yeah, sure enough, 30 odd years later, it's just uncanny. That's why
it is. It's almost too coincidental, isn't it? Don't you think?
It's mad. 30 years, generation. 31, but generally 30 years later, we got a final. And I remember, obviously we all remember it, those who were around at the time, 1999. I'm going to have you in the room, right? Okay, so you're now 8 weeks old, whatever you are. Well, the final. And what I find with football, it doesn't matter what era you're in. I think now, back in that day, I was as nervous as you were in 2008 when you were one. It doesn't matter. No. Like my dad would have been in '68. Yeah. People who watched the World Cup final in '66, they would have been as nervous as we would today if we're watching it. It makes no difference, right? It's just time, and then you keep viewing it. So I remember the time that it was obviously the biggest night of United's life. My life with United, I've never seen. In theory, us win the first one. So away we went, and I just cut to it. It was a crap game. Everyone knows it was crap.
Yeah, we were dreadful.
But that last equaliser. So I've got you in my arms, and I'm like pacing up and down, going, because it's been an awful game. After all that, we're going to lose it. It felt like it was destiny to get the treble. The first English club to get a treble. Here we go, and we blew it.
Yeah.
And then we all know what happened. First goal, I jumps up, I'm going but I've got you in my arms. You cry straight away, because you know what football's like. You're up, cry, so you're crying, and then settle down. Let's get down. Right, we've got extra time, and no, it happens. We get that second goal literally a minute later. I had to pass you to your mum, because I just wanted to go absolutely mad. I can't remember who else was in the room. I don't think I had a load of mates around. But I was certainly with someone. I think one or two United fans had come round, my mates, and we were just going.
I can't even imagine.
And you were crying the whole time because we made you jump.
Yeah. I mean, you think
screaming. I'm not going to go.
You can't hold that emotion, can you?
It's just not going to happen.
And
that's what I love about football. It's in that moment you all go up together.
Words. It's just sharing
It's just mad. Sandy, that was my great time. What's your earliest recollection?
So that's just 99. So again, but we talk about choice, coincidental. 30 odd years later, I'm in my dad's arm. 30 years after you were in your dad's arm. Didn't have a choice. That was my, that was thrown into the deep end. That's it. United through and through. I don't remember a time not supporting United.
I'm like all fathers. All fathers get the shirt. You had the shirt when you was probably before you were born. I knew he was a boy, and there's a United shirt.
And I try and think of the earliest memories. I can remember the back end of Arsenal. But for me, my biggest rivalry would be Chelsea, no question. I was born in '99, so I'm 26. So I remember Jose, for example, coming in, changing football. Arrogant Portuguese manager, but he just won the Champions League with Porto. Chelsea were a machine, couldn't beat them. I remember Stamford Bridge was a fortress. Every time it would come to playing them, it would be that nervous feeling, that sick feeling, because you knew it was between us two.
So what's your earliest recollection, though? So there'll be lots of stories, and they're going to follow. What's your earliest recollection? Like for me, my earliest recollection that I can still remember is the cup final we lost in 1976. So I would have been about 8 or 9. And we lost to Southampton. And I swear he was onside, and they still reckon today he was onside.
Really?
Sorry, he was offside. Sorry, he's offside because obviously we lost 1-0. We were in the first division, Southampton were in the second division. And for all those older viewers, they'll remember this. We were great in the 70s for the cup. Nothing else. It was always the cup. And it was huge then. It's massive, the cup in the 70s. It was the one to win, really. Liverpool were winning everything else pretty much in the 70s. The league, etc., or Division 1 as it was then. But it was flicked on, and the Southampton lad was tad offside. But he wasn't. They didn't give it. And he hit this shot from miles out, and it went in. And we lost, and I cried. I cried. An 8-year-old lad is crying because this biggest day where he spent all it was always hot. It's always hot on cup final day.
It's always sunny,
it's always a build up. You're out on your bikes, you're with your mates, you're playing football, you're getting home for midday, you're having your lunch, you're getting ready for the 3 o'clock kickoff, and you're crying by 5 o'clock because you lost it. That's my earliest.
That's your earliest. I think for me, I remember the 06 World Cup because Ronaldo, who's my king, who's my absolute idol. Of course, I think everyone my age as a United fan is a Ronaldo fan. Mostly.
All right, okay. I'm again 58. You say Ronaldo.
So I'd have been.
Ask me who my biggest, in my lifetime. Who's mine? Ask me who's mine is.
Well, Cantona, wouldn't it?
No. When you say idol, slightly different. Best player I've ever seen.
Ronaldo.
Yeah,
of course. Yeah.
So when you say your generation,
yes, no, but I mean in terms of to the point of the way I play football, Ronaldo, the way I do my socks, my haircuts. I was a fanboy, and that's why my first memories is Ronaldo. Maybe even before United. I just remember this absolute king, skillful, athletic, left foot, right foot, and my first memories is him getting Rooney sent off, and me being absolutely couldn't understand it. As a 6, 7-year-old, couldn't understand their teammates. They play for my club, and yet Ronaldo has winked. You remember the wink, all of this thing, getting Rooney sent off. Rooney had bought typical Englishman, couldn't read the situation. The Portuguese were loving it, a bit like Simeone with Beckham a few years before. And then I remember that season, so that would have been 07, that would have been 06, 07. Ronaldo coming back, because I remember thinking, how's that going to work? Rooney, Ronaldo, how's that going to work? But obviously we went on to win.
So we bought him. I can't remember us buying him.
I don't remember because we bought him in the 05, I think. The 04,
right.
05.
You would have been
6. Yeah, 6.
Yeah, right. So it's funny we can remember the same thing around 8.
Yes, 8 is my first. I can remember the 08 season.
So 76 for me. So that would be 6. Yeah, I'd have been 8 or 9.
Yeah.
So I'd have been around 8 or 9, depending on the summer.
Yeah. Well, technically I was 9 when we won the Champions League.
Well, there you go.
But I remember that's the first season I remember all the way through. I remember the season before we won the league. We smashed the league.
So when you're toddlers, you just kind of get into it. You kick the ball in the goal with your dad and all the rest of it. But you become a real fan at around that 8, 9. Definitely by 10.
Definitely
you're understanding the game.
I mean, that's what scares me. Again, that's another conversation. That's what scares me a little bit. The last time we won the title, I was 14. I was 14. But I can remember that as clear as that. So if we're going for me, then it would have been obviously 08. I remember that season all the way through.
Yeah, so tell me your recollection of the Euro final.
The European final. And I could go back to the semi. I think the semi for me against Barcelona, this was... You had up-and-coming Messi, you had Deco, Thierry Henry, Carlos Puyol. Do you remember me and you obviously watching it? So we played the Camp Nou first. I always remember, this was when you had the away goal as well. Critical. Why they got rid of that, I don't know, because I thought the away goal made the Champions League.
Negative football, I guess, but yeah.
Yeah, but if you got an away goal, it made you more attacking away, if anything. Because you come away 2-2 now away from home means nothing. You're basically at square one. Whereas before, if you managed to get 1-0 or 2-2, or even you lost 2-1, but you got the away goal, you're now going home with the away goal. So I remember that we drew 0-0 at the Camp Nou, but Ronaldo had a chance from the penalty spot, missed it over the bar. So now we're going back to Old Trafford, 0-0.
And may I just say, this always amazes me with you, because, as you've been growing up, you'd always go, Dad, do you remember the time that Chelsea did this and so did that? And I was going, no. You've always been able to pick things out.
But I do from my childhood, because I'm getting to that point now. But I think there's 2 factors to that. I'm getting older. But secondly, I want to forget the last 10 years. So there's not any 13, But there's no memorable moments. If you go,
Paris Saint-Germain.
If you say
probably
the PSG,
between us winning, Paris Saint-Germain getting that was 3-3 away goals.
Yes, it was.
Penalty.
It was the pen.
Probably the best. I mean, the cup final
against City.
Yeah. But European
standout. Yeah, European
would have to be that alongside last season just gone.
Leon,
which I missed, but that's another day.
I
turned it off. I was one of those millions of fans that I was watching on the laptop actually, so I was at work, and I just that's it. I'm done. I'm done with this team. And then you rang me 4 minutes later, said, "Did you watch it?" And I was like, "No, I wasn't." And you told me.
Incredible. But yes, so that was that. Then obviously we had the semis at home, Old Trafford. Paul Scholes scores that thunderbolt. To me, that's probably my favourite United moment in terms of such a big goal.
Scholes could do that.
He could win you a game by himself with that, and he's 30 odd yards out, 30, 40. He's miles out. And actually, I've seen an interview. He said he mishit it, but it flies off his boot.
But then Rooney might have mishit the volley that everyone talks about. Come off your shin.
Who cares? It doesn't matter. But it went top bins.
Sometimes you can connect it so well. Yes, go straight to the keeper.
Yeah, of course.
You hit it too sweet.
Yeah. So we had that goal, but again, away goals. So we were holding on 1-0. We scored early as well. I want to say within the first 10 minutes of that whole game.
I do remember.
We were
just nervous
defending. Like I said, Messi was tearing us apart.
Yeah.
You had all these incredible players. Somehow, we were never known for being defensive, always attacking. Somehow we held on and we were through. And again, you talk about Grandad. I remember Grandad.
Oh God, you remember the three of us watching it?
Yeah,
watching games, United games. I mean, how intense was that? You'll see us too.
Yeah.
Put a third one on there. And the thing about Grandad is he took it personally.
Yeah, he did.
Real personal. This is Manchester United, and anything that wasn't like top standard.
He was.
So whatever you see with us.
Yeah, I mean, he used to get sick. He used to get ill in the lead up to games, wouldn't he? Even after games. I mean,
But we've had some great moments, all three of us.
We did. But yeah, so that was the big year for me. Ronaldo, Ballon d'Or. We won the double. We should have won the treble because we lost to Portsmouth. I'm pretty sure in the quarterfinals at Old Trafford.
Yeah, I'll let you have that one.
Should have beat them. We didn't. And then we went on to beat Chelsea, which again, that Chelsea team was unbelievable. I think it was Amorim. Graham and
all I'll remember about the 2AA, I remember it was the 50th anniversary
of Munich.
So they kept talking about destiny. And it talks about destiny. And people can have their views on destiny. People can have their views on ghosts and all these kind of spirits. Does it afterlife? Does it? All these things that are almost supernatural, and destiny can be included in that.
Yeah, I agree.
Some people with the stars and everything, all the planets align, etc. 50th anniversary. What makes John Terry slip?
Oh yeah,
rain. What makes him slip?
Of course, yeah.
What made him go ping? When we thought that was it, and then we went on to
that
win
was
it.
for him to win it.
Yes.
Captain, leader, legend for Chelsea. Yeah. You would bet your house on him scoring. Just even though he's a centre half, just the character. Yeah. And obviously Ronaldo missing. Ronaldo was unstoppable that season. He started in his run up, didn't look confident, missed. Yeah. Now
he did Amorim, didn't he? He couldn't watch penalties. Do you remember?
He didn't watch it. He was looking away. Yeah, he couldn't watch it.
Yeah. Never understood that with Amorim. No, you can't. How you do that? But anyway.
Yeah. And then for Terry to slip the way he did, and he sent Van der Sar the wrong way. So if that's on target, it's a goal. They win their first European Cup. We lose. Slips at the post. Yeah. I think both teams at that point felt it.
But when Anelka turned up, I thought we'd miss it. But Giggsy, I felt confident. But Anderson, was it before Giggsy?
We had Nani before. Nani. I think Nani took before Anelka, but he looked.
It was
nervous.
but it was a classic penalty.
A great penalty. Great penalty. But I think he was bleeding. He was a little bit. He looked nervous, but he smacked it top corner. I think, or left corner, whatever. Yeah. And then Anelka, but you can tell again, Anelka stepping up. Yes. He looked like.
I had a good feeling. I thought Anelka might just. He looked nervous.
He did. Yeah. And then Van der Sar, great save. And then that elation again as a 9-year-old. You can't explain that feeling. I always remember the.
Do you remember what happened?
Well, of course I do. How could I forget? I mean, at least we got to watch that moment together. But obviously, you're on call with what you do in the work life. Yeah. So we actually didn't get to watch us lift the trophy together. I remember you were called out to a shout. So we didn't get to actually celebrate together.
We saw the win.
And
then I got Paige to go off and do something emergency-wise. and that was you. You had to watch
it on my butt. I mean, I remember again with the video, you see Rooney run off. uncontrollably. And that's that kind of, even as a fan, I mean, they're players.
Yeah,
that's a different
is that
feeling.
the one where he puts his leg, or does he jump in the crowd, or goes to the
he kind
side?
of yes, he goes to the side, his legs and he's like all over the place, and it's that elation. That's why we watch.
The only time I've seen that recently, that same feeling was against Lyon last year.
Yes.
Do you remember people like who's the lad Kazi?
Casemiro,
they just when you got that winning goal, they just went to that corner, and some of them were just like like doing the Beatle on the floor. They're just losing all composure because they're so excited.
Yeah, they are,
and that is the best. That's why
it is. Exactly. That's why you go through the highs and the lows, and even sitting these last 13 years, we still had some highs. That Lyon one is one that stands out. But yeah, generally.
And just to finish this little bit on the generation thing, I had a great relationship with my dad. Loved my dad, my biggest idol. Like a lot of sons, all right, okay, I'm not going to say all sons, a lot of sons. We always had a great relationship. But the one thing we could always rely on was football.
Yeah.
I could talk to my dad about politics and all the other stuff and the work, because I followed him in work. I could talk to him about that, but a safety net was always football.
It was, yeah.
And I understand there's a lot of father-sons when you grow up, like, us. Well, I don't know what type of relationship. I think we have a good one. You can tell me otherwise. I've tried to do my best.
Right.
But there was always going to be that default. And as I got a bit older, I could always feel I could relate to Dad with sport. United was always United, but then he loved his cricket, he loved this. And it's a way that you can bond with your father as an adult, because you have this common ground with all other fans, but as a family you have this common ground that you can talk, and the women switch off because they go, oh, here they go, here they go, like they did last week, here they go, that's it for half an hour, because you're moaning about your team.
Brilliant. So yeah, that's a little bit of context into why we're fans, I suppose. A little bit of blood and DNA and the highs, the lows. Yeah, it is, like you said, the three of us watching it. This is it. This is our life. It's what it's become.
And the world changed in 2013. Which for you,
Ferguson left us.
So the legacy, 70s, we won the cup, 77, 79. 80, we beat Everton, 84. Again, me with my face, unless you Google it somehow. So you can see 70s, 80s was the cup.
Yeah.
The league, Liverpool, we didn't really bother with the league until. So I'd gone through all that, so I'd seen it before. We won our first league in 2000. No, 93. Sorry, 93. Time just flies. So 1993, that season, we won the league. So you're born. Sorry, we should just go. You're born 99, right?
Yeah.
So how great are we in 99?
Yeah, it was 93.
How great are we in 1999? We'd won probably 3 or 4 leagues by
that point. I mean, that's the difference. You grew up with Liverpool winning everything, essentially, and us being a cup team. So you were used to that failure, really.
I never looked at the league.
You were living in the. You were still living in the past with the Busby Babes, because your granddad grew up with the Busby Babes, so he was used to success and a certain way of playing football. You weren't. You were brought up differently, and even I could see me and granddad related to that a little bit, because you grew up with us being a bit average, not really having much other than the cups.
But that's all I knew. So Dad would go on, and I'd be going,
exactly. About the good times.
This is what's happening right now, as in. And I remember those teams, but I never looked at the league because it was just Liverpool. They kind of won everything under Bob Paisley.
Who's the other one?
Oh, Bob Paisley's the one I remember.
Was he the one?
There was one before him, but who gives a shit about
Liverpool? Who cares?
The respectful arch enemy. In my household, in my life.
Yeah.
You said Chelsea. It's Liverpool to me.
But then you say that because when I grew up, Liverpool were nothing. They hadn't won a league in 2020. I think was the first league title then. I'd ever seen them win since the 80s or whatever it was. So to me, Liverpool were never really a threat. They had some great teams with Torres, Gerrard. Xabi Alonso. They won the European in 05.
Did we have to talk about Liverpool though?
No, we don't have to talk about Liverpool. You're talking about that rivalry. So for you growing up, for me, I didn't care about Liverpool. It was Arsenal, it was mainly Chelsea, and obviously later on City, whatever. But for me, that's the difference. I grew up with us being nothing but successful, being the best, not just in England, in the world. We were up there with your Madrid, your Barcelona.
Yes, and this is relevant because of why we are where we are now. Because I remember you telling me how hard it was for you to realise that we're not where we are.
I just thought,
because that's what you grew up with.
I thought it was the norm. I just thought United would always be at the top. And I still don't understand why we're not when you look at Madrid. And I'll put us on the same, not to talk about Madrid, but I'll put us on the same level. Madrid have had a couple of years. They'll have a couple of years where they're rebuilding. How have we let it get this bad where after 13 years we're nowhere near it? And it could be another 10, 15, 20 years before we're even close to winning it. How have we let this great club become nothing compared to what it used to be? Okay then, so that's just a little bit of context about us.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Raised by the devil.
Raised by the devil, indeed, certainly. Right now we're going to talk about. Firstly, obviously, we'll talk about the game coming up tomorrow. We'll come into that a little bit, but before we do, obviously, a few bits and bobs have happened this week. So, quickly, your thoughts on Amorim sacking?
Inevitable, without a doubt. Couple of points on Amorim, actually. I was like most United fans. Again, this is a dialect. I wanted him to succeed. I really thought he'd make a difference. He'd come in young, trying to change the sort of supposed toxic culture of United. Clearly, there were some players that maybe were certainly, how can I put this? Certainly not doing what Sir Alex would allow. There's no way he'd let them get away with what they're getting away with now. And I know times are different, but Pep still keeps an eye on City. You know, because they're top. Yeah. When you're top, it's so easy, right? Okay, to do that. So I think Amorim going in, it was going to take a bit of while, and I thought he could get it. But boy, was he stubborn.
Yeah.
Stubborn, or that's the only way he knows how to play?
There's a couple of ways I look into it. I think it's stubbornness from Amorim, because I'm a bit frustrated with Amorim in terms of, I think it needs to go both ways. He had to give a little bit. So you say stubbornness, it did come down to him sticking with the 3-4-3. Obviously against Newcastle, he changed to the back four.
But you say give a little bit.
Changed to the 3-4-3.
But give a little bit. How can a manager, and this is the dialect, you know, how can a coach, any manager in any workplace, not adapt to anything?
Yes, exactly.
I have to adapt to stuff. It changes all the time. I get a regular something, then something else changes. So I have to change my approach to that. So surely Amorim can have a philosophy that this is the way we play, but actually this team we're playing, what I'm going to do is keep on guessing, and I'm going to go this, that and the other. That's proper management, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Otherwise, you can have success with, I don't even know what it is. You know, like modern football's got so many different formations. What's this 5? What was he playing? 5, 3, and 2 or something.
Yeah, he had the 3 at the back. He had 4 in the middle, didn't he?
Yeah, but you wouldn't call it that. Sometimes they call it 5.
5 at the back.
Yeah, because the idea would be 3 and then 2 get at the back. Yeah. But it all got, very complicated. But anyway, he stuck with his 3. Basically, he had 3 in the middle, didn't he?
It was a 3-4-2-1.
Yeah, so we'd have 3 always in the middle. And then your 2 wides would be doing this all the time, right? Yeah. Okay, so that's how I see it. I'm still a 4-4-2. When I grew up with football, it was always 4-4-2, right? Modern football is 3, 1, 6, 5, whatever it's going to be. There's different formations. Yeah. If there's different ones, then you've got to see what the other manager's doing and adapt. Yeah. Even in a game.
Definitely. Yeah.
Did that ever happen?
No.
Everton? Did it ever happen?
Going down to 10 men.
We carry on playing the same way. Yeah. No, I don't know rocket science about management and tactics and all the rest of it. Yeah. All I am is, a 50-year supporter watching Man United and many other football games and sort of seeing what's happening. And, for Amorim to stick that, I think that was kind of the demise. One thing that, again, everyone's picked this up about stubborn, playing the same way. He's the manager. He's the manager or he's the coach. And on that, I just want to say, right, Chelsea, maybe that was something. Just got rid of their manager. Bang, that was it. But he's not the manager. He's the coach.
Yes.
So what was Amorim?
Head coach, I believe.
Yeah. Now, the Chelsea guy, the other day I heard on some sort of radio thing, they were going, the new Chelsea coach, manager, whatever you want to call it. Even he was saying, even he was saying, oh, I'm the manager. And you just have to think, well, hold on a minute, are we clouding already? Because my understanding is Chelsea want a format where they have their directors and their sporting directors, and they want a coach to coach the team. But he's already calling himself, I believe, I think I heard on the radio, where it's an opportunity not to miss being the manager of this great football club. But are you the manager? So you see where we've got clubs doing, and I think United are sort of following the same path. Back to Amorim. So it's inevitable he was stubborn. The other thing that no one really picked up is we had a bad last season, didn't we, when he came on, and we thought, well, he's got to change stuff, and he's going to adapt. It's going to take a while. We all accepted that, and we finished 15th or whatever. But in closed season, he was saying how he felt during the 6 months of being Man United manager, and he said something that I always remember. He said he wasn't enjoying going into work, and I remember thinking at the time, because he was very open, don't say things like that, because if it ever goes wrong again. So I think it was in like pre-season or very early in the season.
Early on in the season, I think,
when we had 1 or 2 decent results. He was saying how he's getting the team going and all the rest of it, and he let go his guard down and said he didn't enjoy that first 6 months. There were times he didn't particularly want to go into work because he felt, where is he going with this? And I thought at the time, don't say that, because if we ever go bad. So when we started going bad again, or not playing, we've got 10 unbeaten runs, blah 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 blah. You know, we're not winning games. We need to be winners. You need that winning mentality. And he was changing it a little bit, but I generally think the job was too much for him. And I think, I said to you how many months ago, I think the guy was quite happy to be.
He's buzzing, he's gone. That's why I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed with Amorim. He's giving up.
To walk out.
And this is what I don't understand.
Get a payoff.
This is what I don't understand with footballers. How can you fail and still succeed? Because he gets 10 million. He's buzzing.
I'm going to be Mr. Reporter now, because that's his contract, sir. They sign on the line. The contract says if we lay you off, we're going to pay you off.
We have to pay you.
It doesn't say about you need to get us to this place, and if we're below that place and you get laid off, you get in fact you pay us.
Exactly. They always said that. Yeah, but that's what I mean. I think it's a cop out. Calling out the board for whatever reason. Again, we won't get into it too much. Just for another time. Calling out the board after Maresca did it. He was begging to get sacked. I think he's bottled it.
This reminded me of.
He didn't have enough credibility in the bank, I think, to be calling out. Calling out the board. Because you're Maresca, I think a little bit. He finished 4th, won a couple of trophies. He's got a little bit of credibility in the bank to go, I want these players, blah, 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 whatever. Right? Amorim's coming in a bit strong. Hang on a minute, Amorim. Get us Europe this year, then we might be able to get you a few more signings. And that's why I think Amorim has been stubborn. It's United. I think a lot of the time with these young managers, someone like Emery would want control. I get that. But Emery, they didn't get Europe. He didn't have a budget to go and spend the summer. Do you see him throwing his toys out the pram? No. He's an old school manager. Now, yes, I understand Pep Guardiola, these big managers, Ancelotti, Klopp, they have the credibility. They can go and have control. But someone like Amorim, who's still young, this is the job of Man United. And as soon as he doesn't get his own way, he goes into that press conference 100% now. Now, we don't know the behind the scenes, but I'm disappointed in him because I did feel, like you, I wanted him to succeed. He got rid of Rashford. Obviously, if he stays at Barcelona, I think he is. We got rid of Garnacho, Anthony, all these players, Sancho. These players had to go. So that part of it was good. And then when you look at the players he brought in, I thought Cunha, good mentality. And Buemo, they're not quite firing yet, good mentality. Sesko, I think we'll get there. And then if we add a couple more players with a good mentality in the summer, I think give it another year or two, we could have maybe got to a point where we're a bit further up the table. And I always compare it to Arteta. Arsenal were terrible under him for 2-3 years. But he had to get rid of the Shakas, the Peps. He had to get rid of a whole squad. Now he's got his players and his philosophy. Arsenal are now consistently, and they have been for 3 years, title contenders. So this sacking of managers, I don't agree with it, but we had to. Yeah. It was time for Amorim.
Yeah, so whatever that goes on before, and we'll never know, and I'm sure Jason Wilcox, if he ever watches this, will be going, you don't know the details, and I'm sure Amorim, if he's ever watching this, saying, you know the details. The beauty of being an armchair fan is, we don't know, so we can only surmise. We judge opinions, and we've got opinions of millions of United fans out there have all got their own opinion. Yeah. This is ours. Yeah. Yeah. You don't go into a press conference and do what you do and say, I've got 18 months left of my contract, just to remind you, and when that's done, we will part ways. Because that's basically what he said.
He was.
So how now is he going to get that? Do you remember Sir Alex, when he hinted the first time he was going to retire, our performances dropped. You can't do that. No. They need to know you're the manager, you're in charge, and you ain't going anywhere. As soon as they get an inkling, you're on your way out, either by the board or you've lost the room and you're out. The players get even more distant from the manager. So he's going 18 months, right? In 18 months, we'll go our own ways. That's basically what he said, didn't he? He wanted to be sacked. And it was no surprise Monday morning. I thought, how can you come from that? And the funny thing was, all the pundits out there that are professional were going, good on you, Amorim. I like the way he said that. On the Sunday, they were going, I like the way he stood up, but I'm still going, that's all right for himself, but to do what he did reminded me very much of Ronaldo. The second time. Ronaldo had gone back to the club. He didn't like what he saw. He thought, I'm not going to go back there. It's the Euros now. And he said something that he couldn't come back from. And they got rid of him. And Amorim's done exactly the same. He's done something and he said something they can't come back from. This is the perfect now to part ways and say goodbye. Thank you very much. To the point, they weren't planning it because they got no plan right now. They're looking up. And that's another discussion. Ollie, Carrick. These players that have done it before, even an interim.
So quickly then, if we go through it, replacements at short term, Fletcher, Carrick, Ollie. Which one would you go for?
The lesser of three evils. It is though, isn't it?
It is.
I'd go, if you set out the three, I'd stay with Fletcher right now.
Wow,
because I don't know him. I don't know him. No. Well, what I do know is Ollie. He might go in there and do an okay job for 6 months. But my fear is, what if he's learned and he does all right?
Yes, I know.
He does well. Now the board have put themselves in the position where, let's say we win the cup or we finish in the top three, and it's like, Ollie's got us here. What are we going to do now? Or we have to offer him a 2-year contract. Oh, we're going back to where we were before.
I know. But my reasoning against that is we don't know Fletcher and Carrick. So if one of them comes in and gets us top 4...
Even Carrick.
He's done it before. Carrick, he's done a couple games. Right? He won 3, drew 1, whatever. Yes, I know, but they've done it before. So either one of them three, right? If they go on a run, get us Champions League football, win us a cup, but even get us Champions League football, they're more likely to get a full-time contract than Ollie. At least with Ollie, what I'm saying is, he'll get the feel-good factor back, could get us Champions League because the rest of the teams are rubbish, right? We know it won't work. That's what I think. You don't make the same mistake twice. We know it's failed with Ollie.
All right.
So we go, right, you've done your job, we move on. Whereas, if Carrick does well, Van Nistelrooy, young managers, there's more of a chance for us to go, wow, actually, we haven't done this before. They're club legends. They've got us to this position. Let's give them a 2-year contract. At least with Ollie, we know it failed, so we won't make that mistake again. Or they shouldn't. They shouldn't.
He'll be banging from the rooftops going, I got your top 3. Give me another contract. Then we'll be back where we were under Ollie. I remember at the end of that tenure... At the end of that tenure, it was untenable again. We were getting thrashed.
It was.
He'd lost the room. He'd lost the training room. Exactly. He was more pleading on the players. That's where it appeared to me. It appeared to me that he'd go to the players, and it was almost like they'd play sometimes for him, and other times they couldn't be bothered. And he was more their mate rather than the manager. I know you can have that today, and you can be the mate. I get that, but you've still got to have a line. Yeah. And I'm not sure that with Ollie. I'd love the guy and I'd love him to do it because I've seen it. Yeah. I'd be like, and even as an interim, that would be my fear. I don't mind the interim, but my fear is that he'll do a good job. And then he'll get offered, and we're back to where we were and that's 5 years dangerous.
ago. So just quickly, right now, who are you going for? I know it's really difficult and it might change in a week. Interim or 4 with Van Nistelrooy.
Oh,
I'm going to say on it.
Is there no one else?
Well, on an interim basis, no. They're talking to...
Who's the one who headbutted?
Sedan?
Yeah.
No, we'll come on to that. That's long term.
Right. Oh, is it?
So I'm just talking now to the end of the season. I'm going Ollie, I think, because we know he can get us feeling good and we can send him on his way at the end of the season.
I don't go for Ollie.
So you think Carrick? You said Carrick to me before. Just until the end of the season.
We're
talking interim.
If I had to pick out the two,
yeah,
Carrick and Ollie, I'd go Carrick because he's done it before. Because we know Carrick is just going to steady the ship,
which is what we need.
Steady the ship. He's going to be decent in press interviews.
Yeah.
And he'll just steady the ship and get support of Fletcher and one other. Yeah. Not Ollie because he'll have his nose put out.
Yeah, fine.
Someone else.
Yeah. Cool. All right then. So on a long-term basis, I'm going to wheel off some names.
I've always said to you, I think Tuchel's not
Tuchel.
Yeah, I know it's short term. He doesn't have a long term, but I heard that he likes England, but he likes day-to-day running.
Yeah.
And if you look, obviously the summer, I wouldn't say Tuchel is the top. I always said to you, someone like Ancelotti needs to go in there.
Well, that's one of the names we've got here.
Only recently, though. Not heard that before. But I said to you years ago, a couple of years at least, with all these managers that might have potential, United need to go and get someone like Ancelotti, who's got the credibility.
A bit of arrogance.
Yes, and he knows how to win. And if he can't do it,
matches United.
yes, if he can't do it, now we know there's a real problem in the club.
Yeah.
At the moment, we're taking these poor managers who have got potential, not really got much pedigree, and going, there you go, sort out this mess. And they're failing every single time. We need someone to come in and go, I know how to sort your mess, but you've got to back me.
Yes.
I'm the man in charge. Let me get on with it. All right. And then if they can't do it, then we know it runs deeper than the manager.
We did try it with Van Gaal. You could argue he had credibility, and Jose Mourinho.
This is but they early doors.
It was still early doors, and Jose was on his way down, I think. When he
but then Spurs had Jose and found exactly what we found.
Jose's in the top gaffer he was.
I was excited when Jose took the job, and by about the third game in, I was bored. I was bored, mate. And Spurs were just the same. They got him in thinking, we've got this great manager.
At least he did win us 3 trophies.
And then you go, oh.
Yeah. So Tuchel's one of them. Emery. Do you take him at United?
Of course I would.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
The way he is at the moment.
I think so. It's a different time with him at Arsenal.
Yeah. If Villa hadn't have had the blip at the start of this season, I'd be going, yes. But you see what I mean? There was a blip and he's managed to solve it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he has.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah.
Because I always thought Emery, Arsenal and Villa, they had a good last season. But what they're going to do this season, is it a longer term?
Yeah.
Does he... There's a lot of managers out there that do well at a club for a couple of years, and then they just can't do that next bit, and then they start to lose the credibility. Because you could say Arteta at Arsenal, if he doesn't win this year,
there's going to be questions asked.
The next year, I mean,
at some point, Arsenal, I don't think so.
So I think Emery would have been I guess, but because they were so bad at the start, that somehow he's now got them into that top 3, and they're playing good football with pretty good players. He's probably got half a dozen decent players.
They've got a very good team.
But they're a steady...
Yeah,
they don't blow your mind away.
But a lot of that team was part of Gerrard that had them near the bottom. So you're right, Emery come in, and this is why a manager can change things. He's got them into the Champions League while they just dropped out of it last year. Now they're pushing, and I think you're completely right. Emery, it's not even just they had a blip at the start. Now they go. But I see it in game. Something. In game, the amount of times Villa will not be playing well, and he will make that change. It'll be a different team in the second half. Whereas United,
I've just seen them beat Spurs.
United aren't. We come out in the second half, we could be worse. We are worse. We never come out in the second half and think, right, we've made a couple changes.
But he changed the back 3 again.
Exactly. Amorim would. Yeah.
I mean, today, Emery, right, 2-0 at half time. They go 2-1, so they were playing Spurs. Spurs get 1 back, still half an hour to go. Mm-hmm. He puts Wilkins on.
Ollie Watkins.
Ollie Watkins.
Yes.
He puts Ollie Watkins on.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, what does that tell you again?
What he's going for, isn't he?
Yeah. He's making them think. He's making them think. Yes, he did a few other tweaks, but he's still going, let's put our best striker on there. All right, let's not just sit deep. We need an outlet, and we might get another goal.
Because again,
at 2-1, when all the emphasis was on Spurs.
Very rarely do I see defensive substitution work. You know, the amount of times Amorim has done it, or other managers where they're 1-0 up, they bring on a defender because that initiative, whatever, comes back. Very rarely do I see a team actually hold on.
I think in the last 5 minutes of a game, inevitably, if you're holding on, that's always going to be, you know, it's just nature, isn't it?
It is.
I think they do go back to that back four and just hold on. When you get into injury time, that's all they're kind of trying to do and hit on the brake, I guess.
Yeah. Quickly then, Eddie Howe, we mentioned him, don't think, for United. I mean, I like the idea of it, but again, that next level. He's got calmness about him, which is good. He's English.
Yeah, he's very professional.
Talks very well, very tactical. I mean, he's got Newcastle firing.
They did win the cup last year, didn't they? Which cup was it?
Carabao.
Which League Cup. Yeah, but okay, we'd take it. We took it the year before, didn't we?
Yeah, we did with 10 up, didn't we?
Yeah, exactly.
But again, that next step with Eddie Howe, could he do it?
That's fine. It's not that. I think you've got to start looking at egos. You know, I've seen it too many times. Who's the guy who went to Liverpool? Brendan Rodgers. Seen it many times. Really good managers, but there's really good managers, and there's managers that can run the top clubs, and the top clubs would be. I'm not going to name them, but United are in there, and we know that there's 6 top clubs that have massive egos. They're on far more money than them in their flash cars. Can they manage that? And some fail. Who was the England boss that you saw? Remember, in the airport once?
Oh, Roy Hodgson.
Roy Hodgson, right? We do this because I can't remember all the names all the time. But Roy Hodgson, right? So he was exactly the same. He'd do great at Fulham, I think it was, or wherever the clubs. But as soon as he went into a top team...
Liverpool, nowhere near it. No, I agree. Okay, a couple more. Glasner at Palace, but I don't think so. They're stinking the gap out a little bit. Lost to Macclesfield, was it?
Yeah.
It's the first time.
They played the same as Amorim. They played the three
at the back.
Yes. Yeah. So we can't go from one to the other. And it's that potential again. United can't have someone that we're going to ruin again.
Pochettino, he's with the USA at the moment.
I'd love Poch. I would love Poch.
Yeah, good football.
He wanted to come United. Yeah. 10 years ago, I said, get Poch in. Yeah. Didn't I? Yeah. I forgot about Poch. You've made me excited.
Yeah. We're not linked with him.
But you got me excited because I forgot about Poch. 10 years ago, I said Poch wanted the United job, and Sir Alex went, all right, we've had loads of blips. I think Poch should still be. He's always had an eye on United. Yeah. Get them playing like Spurs when they got to that final.
European final. Yeah.
I think we'll do all right with Poch.
I agree. I wouldn't mind Poch. Yeah. Okay, before we come to the match, which we'll do really quickly, where do you think United will finish this year?
You drop these things on me. Jeez.
We need a bit of an agenda, mate. Otherwise, we'll talk all bloody day about everything and anything.
God, well, should I sit on the fence and go back to the 15th? We need to get Europe. I said to you, everyone goes for Champions League. Yeah. Are we ready for Champions League? The financial gain, brilliant.
Yeah.
That's always that's always going to be our top. And if we really change it, and let's say we go on a 10-match winning spell with a new manager, interim, whatever, and we look like we actually have got a good team. We've not seen it for 5 years, but somewhere amongst this team of players, some have gone, some are still there. Yeah. They're supposed to be very good, apparently. Yeah. I'm not so sure, but apparently they're supposed to be very good. The ones that have been there, they knew who they are. The ones that have been there 6, 7, 8 years, drawing a Man United wage, that keep turning up, and have they given us success? They've given us one cup, is it? FA Cup?
And the Carabao.
Yeah,
8 years, whatever.
Yeah, and they play for Manchester United, you know what I mean? Yeah. And how many managers do you reckon they've seen?
Well, it's 5 full-time. That doesn't include the interim managers.
Yeah. So are they looking at themselves in the mirror? Probably not, because they're still going home to the flashcards and all the rest of it. I'm not saying they deserve it. Everyone deserves things in life, and I get that. It's just, I know when I played football, if I kept losing or my team weren't performing well, I would kind of think I'm contributing to that. Yeah. Why is that? I wouldn't go, it's the manager's fault. He's clueless. Yeah. I'd be going at myself, and there's plenty of players in that team right now that are used to losing, and dragging United through the mud. Mm-hmm. So they've had 5 managers, and they are still there. Yeah. There's a bit of a a bit of a pattern there, I'd say.
Yeah.
So I would go.
League position.
What's the? I don't want that third European thing.
Conference.
Pointless. Yeah. I know West Ham, but that's for that.
Yeah, that's good.
So I'd go top 6. If we can get six, I'd go for Europa. 6.
100%.
And if we got Champions League, I'd be delighted.
Yeah.
Why would you not? Yeah. But I think that would be 6. If you're asking.
Yeah, I think if I was to say where do I think we'll finish, I think the way it's going at the moment.
Oh, hold on a minute. You said where do I want us to?
No, where I think
6.
Where I think we will finish.
I don't think we'll finish in the top 6.
Well, that was my question.
Okay, well in that case,
where do you think we're going to finish?
Top half of the table.
Top half.
Yeah, top half.
I'm going to show my generation.
10th,
I think we're not
12th,
great, but I think the others are rubbish as well.
Yeah.
I mean, Chelsea look awful. We don't know what Rosinha could do. Newcastle are up and down. Brentford are up there. I think we can get 4th spot.
4th?
I think if we get a run in, this is why I think Ollie should come in. I think if Ollie comes in, we can get Champions League.
Okay.
So I'm going to stick with, I think United will finish 4th this season. It's out there, but, you know.
So we'll look at this at the end of the season. So I'll go for, I want top 6, but I think we'll finish something like 8th. I think we'll be just outside of it.
You'll go an 8th, and I'll go.
Yeah, just outside of top 6.
4-4 is 5th Champions League.
And then it'll be decent to last year. It'll be an improvement on last year, but we got new managers, interim managers. It's still going to look a mess.
Obviously, the game tomorrow, we're going to watch it together. Burnley.
Burnley.
Brighton.
Burnley, was that all 2-2?
Yeah, it was the 2-2.
So
we got
Brighton, is it a
FA
cup game?
Cup? FA Cup.
Where?
Old
Remind
Trafford.
me. Oh God, the way we've been playing at Old Trafford, Jesus. Right, okay, so we've got our interim manager Fletcher. We got some players coming back, supposedly, and we are playing Brighton in the FA Cup, and it's at Old Trafford. I'm always negative, as you know, especially at the moment. We've been playing bloody awful at Old Trafford. You hope for a bit of a response and all the rest of it. Brighton, do you know what Brighton's record is recently? Obviously, they can be a quality team with
I think again they're mid-table, and they've been doing all right.
Okay, I'm going to go I'm going to be positive and go Brighton will beat us 3-1.
Yeah, I mean
2-1 or 3-1. I struggle at scoring, but maybe we'll score a goal.
We could get beaten. Obviously, we beat them 4-2, didn't we, in the league?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, well, we almost bottled it.
Yeah.
I'm going to be optimistic. FA Cup.
That.
I mean, this is huge for us.
Yes.
FA Cup run obviously would be massive, especially because we went out the Carabao to Grimsby. We won't talk about that because that was horrific.
So that's why I worry.
But I think we can win this year, definitely. So I'm going to go 3-1 United.
Yeah, okay.
3-1 United. We scored 2. We should have scored more against Burnley. We are creating chances. I think we're due a win at home.
I hope you're right.
We're due a win at home.
Yeah.
Amorim had a terrible
By the
record.
way, I'm always negative, as you know.
You are.
Yeah, because
and rightfully so. You'll be right.
Yes,
you'll be right.
You know, I just in my philosophy, expect the worst, and you know, then everything else is an improvement.
And I'm going 3-1 United. Right, let's see how that plans out. Brilliant. All right.
But
go on.
It's not about the players.
It's in the middle.
It's not about the players. It's about the badge.
It's about the badge.
Right, I will be watching tomorrow.
Yeah.
Wishing for a win. Wishing that we play absolutely fantastic football.
Yeah.
And we slaughter them.
Yeah.
And come away with a 4-0 win.
Yeah.
And then everyone's singing and dancing.
Yeah.
Or we just win the game.
Yeah.
I'll just want to see a quality game, and I'll always support United.
Yeah. Come on, the Reds. Thank you very much for listening. Keep posted for the live action review, and then we'll do a post match as well. Nice one, mate. Good first step.
Good luck.
Well in.